Over 6 decades, Singapore has transformed itself from a colonial trading port to a buzzing financial center.
1920s items that could make you rich. Want to discover how ordinary items from the 1920s could have made you a fortune? These 30 seemingly simple products, techniques, and opportunities held the key to wealth in a decade of innovation, change, and unexpected opportunities. Let's explore. Number 30. Stocks in the Great Depression. In the 1920s, the stock market was a symbol of prosperity, with many believing the boom would never end. But for a few who saw the cracks forming, pulling out of stocks before the crash was a life-changing decision. The market's unchecked growth was fueled by speculation, with countless individuals buying on margin, driving prices to unsustainable heights. Those who foresaw the inevitable crash understood that the market was built on a fragile foundation of overconfidence. By withdrawing their investments in time, they not only safeguarded their wealth, but also avoided the devastating losses that followed. This foresight, rare as it was, separated the rich from the ruined when the market finally collapsed. In a time of great risk, the ability to act on intuition and emerging trends was the key to preserving and even growing one's fortune. Number 29. Simple product innovations. The 1920s were a decade of rapid innovation, where simple ideas often turned into multi-million-dollar enterprises. Identifying unmet needs or inefficiencies in everyday life.
The Roaring '20s was a time period marked by severe growth in the technology industry. With World War I behind them,
and devising straightforward solutions could lead to significant wealth. Many of the most successful products of the era were not complex, but addressed common problems in novel ways. For instance, the widespread adoption of household appliances like refrigerators and vacuum cleaners transformed domestic life. Entrepreneurs who could envision and create such products before they became mainstream found themselves at the forefront of new industries. By tapping into the growing consumer culture, these innovators could scale their simple ideas into mass market successes. The ability to foresee trends and respond with accessible products was key to becoming rich in the 1920s, making ingenuity and practicality valuable assets in the pursuit of wealth. Number 28. Bacteria and profits. Agriculture was the backbone of many economies, and innovations in livestock care could lead to significant financial rewards. Understanding the differences between gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria was crucial for effective disease management in animals. This knowledge could be applied to developing better treatments and preventative measures, ensuring healthier livestock and higher yields. Additionally, effective parasite control was essential in maintaining the health and productivity of farm animals. By implementing advanced medical knowledge, one could reduce the losses caused by disease and parasites.
Today, we're going to be taking a look into what caused one of the worst disasters in farming since the Dirty 30s, so stay tuned and enjoy.
Thereby increasing profitability. Farmers and veterinarians who could offer solutions based on this understanding were in high demand. In a time when scientific advancements were just beginning to transform agriculture, having expertise in animal health could open doors to lucrative opportunities and establish a reputation as a leader in the field. Number 27. Land wealth strategy. The value of land has always been a cornerstone of wealth creation, and identifying areas with high growth potential can lead to significant financial rewards. By purchasing large tracts of undeveloped land in regions poised for urban expansion, you could secure a fortune for yourself or your descendants. As these areas develop into major cities, the value of your investment would skyrocket, providing a substantial return. Whether it's due to the industrial growth, population migration, or governmental development plans, the strategic acquisition of land in key locations could ensure lasting prosperity. Even if the full benefits are not realized within your lifetime, the wealth generated from such investments could provide financial security for generations to come. Number 26. Ponzi Gold Rush 1920. The allure of quick riches led many to financial ventures in the 1920s, and the infamous Ponzi scheme was among the most notorious. By promising high returns with little risk,
promising them a return of principal plus interest in 45 or 90 days.
These schemes attracted many unsuspecting investors. Some, however, used these ill-gotten gains strategically, funneling the profits into more secure assets like gold. This method, while ethically questionable, allowed certain individuals to rapidly accumulate wealth. As the scheme grew, so did their gold reserves, providing a hedge against the inevitable collapse of the Ponzi structure. When the scheme eventually unraveled, those who had diversified into gold found themselves insulated from the fallout. In a decade where fortunes were made and lost in the blink of an eye, this approach, however risky, demonstrated the importance of converting speculative gains into lasting wealth. Number 25. Chocolate chip cookies from scratch. The 1920s was a time of innovation, not just in technology and finance, but in everyday pleasures as well. The rise of home baking brought about the creation of new recipes, with chocolate chip cookies becoming a household favorite. Knowing how to make these delicious treats from scratch could open doors to unexpected opportunities. As consumer culture flourished, the demand for indulgent foods grew, leading to the commercialization of home baked goods. Those with the skill and initiative to turn a simple recipe into a business found success in local markets and beyond. Bakeries, cafes, and even emerging grocery stores sought unique products to attract customers, and homemade cookies became a hot commodity. In a decade where tastes were changing rapidly,
into the bowl of your stand mixer, fitted with a paddle attachment, I'm adding 1 cup or 226 grams of room temperature butter.
the ability to satisfy the public's sweet tooth could be the foundation of a thriving enterprise. Number 24, Tech Advancements Guide. The 1920s were decades before the digital revolution, yet the seeds of modern technology were already being planted. As a computer engineer transported back to that era, you could influence the course of technological advancement by guiding research away from outdated tubes and towards semiconductors. Though transistors hadn't been invented yet, advocating for their development could accelerate the timeline of computing innovation. By pushing for early work in programmable computers and cryptography, you would lay the groundwork for future breakthroughs. Understanding the principles of these technologies, even if the specifics were elusive, would allow you to steer research in promising directions. The potential to advance television, telephony, and even aviation technology could not only hasten their development, but also position you as a pioneer in these fields. In a world on the brink of technological transformation, your influence could be invaluable, leading to both personal wealth and a lasting legacy. Number 23, development in football. In the 1920s, football was rapidly gaining popularity, evolving from a rough pastime into a more structured sport. Knowledge of advanced formations could give a coach a significant edge. As the game was still in its formative years,
Oliphant holds records that can never really be broken. He has individual records for scoring in a single football game at Purdue.
Innovations in strategy could lead to remarkable success on the field. Understanding how to optimize player positions and capitalize on the strengths of the team would allow for better control of the game. These formations could revolutionize how the game was played, leading to more victories and, consequently, greater fame and financial reward. Coaches who could innovate in this way became highly sought after, commanding top salaries and enjoying widespread recognition. In a sport where tactics were still developing, having the foresight to implement effective formations could be the key to a winning legacy and substantial wealth. Number 22, smart investments in 1920. The 1920s were marked by economic volatility, and while many were caught up in the frenzy of stocks and speculative investments, some recognized the timeless value of gold. In a world where currencies could fluctuate and markets could crash overnight, gold offered a stable, tangible asset. Those who quietly accumulated gold during the decade found themselves in a position of strength when paper assets lost their value. With governments around the world struggling to maintain economic stability, gold served as a hedge against inflation and devaluation. This foresight allowed individuals to not only protect their wealth, but also to leverage it.
Seen as a savior, Roosevelt promised a new deal for the American people and to regulate the financial system.
when opportunities arose during economic downturns. As the decade progressed, those with significant gold reserves could capitalize on the vulnerabilities of the market, turning potential disaster into immense prosperity. Number 21. Pre-Tolkien Fantasy Revolution. The fantasy genre, as we know it today, owes much to the groundbreaking work of J.R.R. Tolkien. However, before his influence took hold, the genre was still in its infancy. Seizing the opportunity to reinvent fantasy before Tolkien could establish himself would be a monumental task. Drawing on mythological and folklore sources, you could craft a unique narrative style that predates the epic sagas Tolkien would later popularize. Focusing on rich world building, complex characters, and innovative storytelling techniques, you could lay the foundation for a new genre. Introducing these elements early on would set the stage for a literary revolution, positioning you as a pioneer in fantasy literature. The potential to reshape an entire genre before its most iconic figure even emerged would offer unparalleled creative and financial rewards. Number 20. Early plastics advantage. The advent of plastics transformed industries across the globe, revolutionizing manufacturing, packaging, and consumer goods. Recognizing the potential of this material early on,
the more thoroughly the plastic is sorted out, the better it can later be used to create high-quality products.
Could position you at the forefront of a burgeoning market. Plastics offered durability, versatility, and cost-effectiveness that traditional materials couldn't match. By investing in or starting a company focused on plastic production or innovation, you would tap into an industry destined for exponential growth. The applications of plastics were limitless, from household items to automotive parts, and their popularity only continued to soar. Capturing a share of this market early on would lead to substantial financial gain and establish you as a key player in one of the most transformative industries of the modern era. Number 19. Preventing war's onset. Amid the political and economic turmoil of the early 20th century, the seeds of World War II were being sown. Recognizing the warning signs and the inevitable march toward global conflict, the impulse to prevent such a catastrophe outweighs the desire for wealth. With knowledge of the events leading up to the war, you could work tirelessly to avert disaster by informing key figures and governments of the impending dangers. By providing intelligence and strategic advice, you could potentially alter the course of history, saving countless lives and preventing the devastation that the war would bring. While the pursuit of riches might be tempting, the opportunity to change the world for the better would be a far greater reward, ensuring a legacy of peace and foresight. Number 18. Radiation breakthrough potential. Working in the field of radiation presents unique opportunities to influence significant advancements in science and medicine. With an understanding of radiation's potential, you could drive progress in various applications, from medical treatments to energy production. Innovations in radiation therapy, for example, could revolutionize cancer treatment, offering more effective and targeted approaches. Additionally, contributing to the development of nuclear energy could position you as a leader in a field that would reshape global energy strategies.
Nuclear fission power is a wonder technology of the last century. It promised abundant, clean, cheap energy.
Your expertise could lead to breakthroughs that not only advance the field, but also bring about considerable financial success. By harnessing the power of radiation, you could pave the way for new technologies that benefit society and secure your place in scientific history. Number 17. Early political impact. Southern Germany in the early 20th century was a region of significant political upheaval and social change. Immersing yourself in local politics during this period could place you at the center of historical events. By identifying and opposing dangerous ideologies early on, you could work to prevent the rise of destructive forces that would later engulf Europe and the rest of the world. Engaging in political discourse and forming alliances with like-minded individuals could strengthen your influence and potentially alter the course of history. While the risks of such involvement are considerable, the impact of taking a stand could resonate far beyond the region. By positioning yourself as a defender of democratic values, you could contribute to shaping a more stable and just society. Number 16. Location of several future gold and copper mines. Possessing knowledge of the location of future gold and copper mines would be a game changer in the world of resource investment. Securing rights to these lucrative mining sites before their potential is realized would allow you to capitalize on the natural wealth hidden beneath the surface.
And turns into that nasty orange rusty look that you see at these old mine sites. And we're hoping that if we process enough of this gravel here,
as global demand for precious metals and industrial resources continues to grow, owning a stake in these mines would yield significant profits. The strategic importance of gold and copper, both in economic and industrial contexts, means that your investment would not only be profitable, but also resilient in the face of market fluctuations. With careful management and development, the extraction of these resources could establish a lasting legacy of wealth and influence. Number 15. Stability through migration. The 1920s were a period of immense change in Europe, particularly in Germany, where the aftermath of World War I left the nation in hyperinflation, devastated the currency, and societal unrest was growing. For those who saw the writing on the wall, leaving Germany was not just a decision, it was a necessity. Emigrating to more stable countries offered the chance to preserve not only one's wealth, but also one's future. The United States, with its booming economy, was a prime destination for those fleeing instability. These early movers capitalized on the opportunities in industries like real estate, manufacturing, and technology, turning their timely departure into substantial financial gains. By escaping a collapsing economy, they positioned themselves for success in more prosperous environments.
And was looking for uranium in Canada and Australia. But it was iron ore that propelled the company's growth,
proving that sometimes the key to wealth is knowing when to move. Number 14. Knowledge about space. Possessing advanced knowledge about space opens up a universe of possibilities for exploration and innovation. Whether it's contributing to the early astronomical discoveries, guiding the development of rocketry, or predicting the trajectory of space exploration, your insights could position you as a visionary in the field that would capture humanity's imagination. By sharing your understanding with leading scientists and institutions, you could accelerate the pace of discovery, influencing everything from satellite technology to manned space missions. Your contributions could lay the groundwork for humanity's journey beyond Earth, ensuring that you play a key role in one of the most exciting frontiers of human achievement. The opportunities to advance science, inspire generations, and shape the future are limitless with a deep understanding of space. Number 13. Early tech stock success. The power of hindsight makes the idea of investing in companies like Apple and Google seem like a no-brainer. Knowing how these tech giants would revolutionize industries, investing in them early would yield astronomical returns. Apple's innovation in personal computing, mobile devices, and digital media transformed it into one of the most valuable companies in the world. Similarly, Google's dominance in cloud computing.
What's more, these fierce winds never stop and can get even stronger with time. Want to get away?
Has made search engines and digital advertising indispensable. Securing stocks in these companies before their meteoric rise would ensure financial security and immense wealth. This foresight, coupled with a patient investment strategy, could turn a modest sum into a fortune, demonstrating the unparalleled power of tech stocks in the modern era. Number 12. Family connections and business. Family connections can provide invaluable opportunities, especially when they intersect with burgeoning industries. Joining your great uncle in his food brokerage business could offer a direct path to success. The food industry has always been a cornerstone of the economy, and having an inside track into a thriving business could accelerate your career. By learning the trade from an experienced family member, you could gain insights into market dynamics, supplier relationships, and consumer preferences. With this knowledge, you could contribute to the growth of the business, perhaps even expanding its reach or diversifying its offerings. The combination of familial support and industry know-how would set you up for both personal and professional success in a field with enduring demand. Number 11. Revolutionizing BBC broadcasting. Taking advantage of the early formation of the BBC would provide an unprecedented opportunity to shape the future of broadcasting with the modern knowledge of television, film, and media.
The EMI system, on the other hand, could capture a well-lit studio perfectly fine, so the winner really wasn't hard to choose.
Setting new standards in the industry. By implementing advanced production techniques and creating engaging content, the BBC could dominate the airwaves, establishing a global presence. Introducing a subscription model with ad-free viewing, for example, would be revolutionary, creating a loyal audience eager for premium content. This approach would not only enhance the viewer experience, but also generate a steady revenue stream, ensuring the BBC's financial success. By innovating in content delivery and programming, you could secure a leading position in the media world, transforming the BBC into a powerhouse of entertainment. Number 10. Overcoming economic challenges. Adapting to a different era presents significant challenges, especially when faced with unfamiliar language and economic systems. The value of money and the methods of wealth accumulation were vastly different, making it difficult to leverage modern knowledge. Without the advantage of taking gold or other valuable assets, finding a way to generate wealth would require ingenuity and adaptability. Understanding the economic landscape, identifying lucrative opportunities, and navigating the limitations of the time would be essential. Despite these hurdles, with careful planning and a strategic approach, it is possible to overcome the challenges and establish a stable financial footing.
To start, it looks at pre-tax income, which is not what I'm taking home every day, so that doesn't make sense. It also doesn't look at...
While it may not be easy, the potential rewards make the effort worthwhile. Number 9. The 1920s influence power. In an era where information was less accessible, the ability to influence public opinion and consumer behavior would be a powerful tool. By leveraging persuasive techniques and understanding the psychological drivers of the time, you could easily sway people to buy, believe, or work for anything you offer. Whether through advertising, propaganda, or direct sales tactics, the potential to shape perceptions and drive demand could be immense. With the right messaging and positioning, you could create a loyal following, build a brand, or even start a movement. This influence could be translated into significant financial gain, as the power to control narrative and perception was a key asset in business and politics. Number 8. Communist ideology. Ever wondered how a controversial ideology could lead to financial success?
Не евреи враги трудящих, враги рабочих, капиталисты всех стран. Среди евреев есть рабочие.
The 1920s had an answer. In this era, communist ideology was gaining traction worldwide, presenting both threats and opportunities in a rapidly changing economic landscape. While some feared the spread of communism, savvy entrepreneurs saw an opportunity. Investing in industries that thrived on societal upheaval, like security services or anti-communist propaganda, could yield significant profits. Businesses that aligned with or exploited anti-communist sentiments, publishing anti-communist literature or manufacturing arms for governments, found a lucrative niche. These ventures catered to a growing market of governments and individuals fearful of the Red Menace. By capitalizing on the fear and fascination surrounding communism, you could turn a volatile ideology into a profitable venture in the tumultuous 1920s. On the other spectrum, advocating for communist ideology during a time of great social and economic disparity could position you as a leading figure in the labor and political movements. By persistently promoting the principles of equality, workers' rights, and state control of resources, you could galvanize support among the working class and those disillusioned with capitalism. Your efforts could lead to the formation of influential organizations or even political parties, driving significant social change.
Среди евреев есть кулаки, эксплуататоры, капиталисты, как и среди русских, как и среди всех наций.
While the spread of these ideas might face resistance, the ability to connect with and mobilize large groups of people could lead to substantial influence and power. Number 7. Strategic wealth creation. The possibilities are virtually limitless, with the right approach leading to financial success in any number of fields. With knowledge of future developments, innovations, and market trends, almost anything you know could be leveraged to create substantial wealth, whether it's predicting technological advancements, understanding economic cycles, or foreseeing cultural shifts. The ability to act on this knowledge would provide a significant advantage. By strategically investing, inventing, or influencing key industries, you could capitalize on opportunities before they become mainstream. The key lies in the application of this knowledge, knowing when and where to act to maximize returns. Number 6. Wheels on luggage. The introduction of wheels on luggage was a simple yet transformative innovation, making travel much more convenient. Identifying such an obvious yet overlooked improvement could lead to widespread adoption and significant commercial success. By patenting the concept and providing wheel-equipped luggage, you could corner a market that would quickly become essential for travelers. The simplicity of the idea, combined with its practicality, ensures that it would be well received by consumers.
And then I opened the suitcase. The striped lavender fabric, it's so cute.
This innovation could be the foundation for a successful business, revolutionizing an industry and providing lasting financial rewards. Number 5. 1920s war profits. Investing in companies that pivot to military production during times of war can yield substantial returns, especially when combined with strategic timing. By purchasing stock in car and plane manufacturers that transition to defense contracts, you could benefit from the surge in demand for military equipment. Furthermore, buying during economic downturns, such as the Great Depression, allows you to acquire valuable assets at a fraction of their true worth. The key is patience and resilience, holding on to these investments through the hard times to reap the rewards once the economy rebounds. This approach requires foresight and a steady hand, but the potential for significant wealth is considerable. The 1920s were a time of immense opportunity, especially for those who knew where to look. Tapping into the booming post-war economy and watching your wealth skyrocket sounds exciting. After World War I, industries like manufacturing, steel, and chemicals saw unprecedented growth. Companies that supplied the war effort found themselves with lucrative government contracts and high demand for reconstruction materials across Europe. This was a golden era for those who could navigate the complexities of war profiteering.
The powerful Triple Alliance had fallen apart, and among leftist groups, April 15, 1921,
by investing in or creating businesses that catered to these needs, many became extraordinarily wealthy. However, it's essential to consider the moral implications of profiting from conflict. The war created opportunities, but it also left deep scars. Reflecting on the past, we can learn that financial gain should be balanced with ethical responsibility. The Roaring Twenties weren't just about jazz and flappers. For some, it was about turning war into wealth. Number 4. Invest in IBM. Investing in IBM early on would be a wise decision, given the company's pivotal role in the development of computer technology. As a pioneer in the field, IBM's innovations laid the groundwork for the digital revolution, and securing a stake in the company would provide a front-row seat to its growth. IBM's contributions to business computing, software, and data processing have been instrumental in shaping the modern world. By investing in IBM, you would be aligning yourself with a company poised for long-term success, benefiting from its leadership in technology and its ability to adapt to changing markets. This investment would likely result in substantial returns as the company continues to evolve and expands its influence. Imagine investing in IBM when its pioneering punch card systems transformed how businesses process data. Back then, IBM wasn't just another company, it was a game changer in the making.
This includes facilitating benchmarks of how well a model or algorithm makes physical predictions of, say,
by recognizing IBM's potential early on, you could have secured a stake in the future of technology. As businesses around the world adopted IBM's innovations, your investment would have grown exponentially, riding the wave of the company's success. Fast forward a few decades, and IBM became a global giant, dominating the tech industry. Your initial investment would have multiplied many times over, turning a modest sum into substantial wealth. Investing in IBM in the 1920s wasn't just about money, it was about foresight and believing in the power of innovation. Number 3, pizza from scratch. Knowing how to make pizza from scratch may seem simple, but it could be the foundation of a lucrative business. By introducing the concept of pizza, you could captivate a market with a product that would eventually become a global favorite. Opening a pizzeria and perfecting the recipe would allow you to create a unique culinary experience that attracts customers and builds a loyal following. The key is to start small, focusing on quality and consistency, and then gradually expand the business. As word spreads and demand grows, you could open additional locations, turning a humble pizzeria into a thriving franchise. With the right approach, making pizza could be more than just a skill, it could be a cornerstone of a successful enterprise. In the 1920s, the concept of making pizza from scratch could be your ticket to riches. As the food industry blossomed, people craved unique dining experiences, and what could be more enticing than a freshly made, customizable pizza?
Follow that with 3 cloves of garlic, a quarter cup or 60 milliliters of extra virgin olive oil, salt to taste, and blend on low speed until pureed and as smooth as possible.
Offering pizzas made from scratch would set your business apart, appealing to those looking for fresh, personalized meals. With ingredients sourced locally, you could ensure quality while promoting a sense of community. The combination of simplicity and novelty would attract a broad customer base, from busy workers to families seeking something different. In an era where dining out was becoming a popular trend, your pizza business could quickly become the talk of the town. Before long, you'd be at the forefront of a culinary revolution, cashing in on the demand for fresh, made-to-order meals. Number 2, 1920s fast food pioneer. Establishing the first fast food chains would revolutionize the food industry and pave the way for a global empire. By opening burger joints, coffee and donut shops, pizza places, and fried chicken restaurants long before the major players like McDonald's, Starbucks, and KFC ever existed, you could dominate the market. The key to success would be consistency, speed, and affordability, offering delicious, convenient food that appeals to the masses. As the brand grows, franchising the concept would allow rapid expansion, spreading your influence across the country and eventually the world. Becoming the pioneer of fast food would secure your place in history as a visionary, with financial rewards that reflect your innovative approach to dining. A place where food is served fast, tastes the same every time, and doesn't break the bank.
At this point, the fire pit is just about ready, so I'll head out and place the X30 adapter on top of the fire pit.
Well, by capitalizing on the demand for speed and convenience, you could set up a chain of standardized restaurants in high-traffic areas. The key? Keep the menu simple, the branding consistent, and focus on prime locations where people are always in a hurry. The 1920s were ripe with opportunity, and a fast food chain could have been a goldmine for the savvy entrepreneur. In a world moving faster than ever, being the first to serve up quick meals could have made you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Number 1, vaping healthier alternative. Introducing the concept of vaping in a time when smoking was widespread could offer a healthier alternative to traditional cigarettes. By showcasing a nicotine device that provides the satisfaction of smoking with potentially fewer health risks, you could tap into a large and eager market. The key would be to emphasize the superior flavor options and the reduced harm compared to smoking. Marketing the vape as a modern, innovative solution
hit to their customers' bodies.
It goes to the receptors for nicotine, and then it ends that craving that you have in there.
To an age-old habit would likely attract significant attention and adoption. As the product gains popularity, you could establish a new industry with the potential for substantial financial success. Providing a better alternative to cigarettes could not only be profitable, but also contribute to improving public health. As the dangers of smoking were not yet widely recognized, a product offering a cleaner, safer alternative could have been revolutionary. Entrepreneurs could have capitalized on the era's fascination with modern health trends by introducing a stream-based or herbal inhalation device. Marketed as a sophisticated health-conscious choice, it could have appealed to the growing middle class, always eager for the next modern convenience. The potential for wealth was immense, with an untapped market ready to embrace anything that promised both luxury and well-being. Had this concept taken off, it might have changed the course of history, offering a healthier alternative long before the dangers of tobacco were fully understood. The 1920s could have been a decade of not just jazz, but also a revolution in personal health. Thanks for diving into the past with us. If you're fascinated by how everyday items could create extraordinary wealth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Stay tuned for more insights into history's hidden gold mines.